What is up, everyone? Today we're going to talk about the top new Steam releases for the month of June 2026. Realm of Ink. Released on May 26, 2026, sold for $25. It has an 87% very positive reviews, with 5,239 reviews. The game is Steam Deck verified.
Hades, but painted in Chinese inkwash art and set in a wuxia folklore nightmare. And its gorgeous Realm of Ink follows Red, a relentless swordswoman trapped inside a world written in ink, hunting a mysterious fox demon, only to uncover that her fate has already been scripted within the pages of a book. To escape, she must battle through illusion and carve a new destiny one page at a time. The gameplay hook is layered with over 40 elemental ink gems combined with 200 plus artifacts to build your run, and your companion Momo, an adorable but deadly ink pet that can transforms into over 15 unique forms depending on which gems you equip, each granting entirely different movesets. Think Pokemon evolutions, but mid-combat. The wuxia-inspired world feels genuinely distinct, with enemies drawn from Chinese folklore, including the fox demon, the peony fairy, and the mirror sprite. The inkwash visuals are unlike anything else in the roguelike genre right now. PC Games called it a hidden gem that offers enough originality to stand on its own, while delivering the same tight controls and excellent build variety as Hades. If you've burned through Hades 2 and want something equally sharp, but visually breathtaking and culturally distinct, this is your next run.
Town to City. Released on May 26, 2026, it sold for $30. It has a 94% very positive review, with 6,591 reviews. The game is Steam Deck playable.
Cities, skylines if it took a nap in the Mediterranean sun and stopped stressing you out. Town to City is a cozy city builder set in the 19th century Mediterranean. You build a settlement from scratch using gorgeous voxel graphics, freely placing every house, shop, flower bed, and cobblestone path without being locked to a grid. That last part matters more than it sounds. Truly gridless building sets you free to grow outwards organically. Residences, amenities, parks, and plazas connected by winding streets and alleys exactly as you imagine them. No ugly right angles forced on you. The personal touch lets you go deep by allowing you to get to know each resident as they arrive, watch them settle down, form families, and adopt pets and livestock. You can also respond to individual requests from specific citizens, not just citywide stats. The full 1.0 launch added a whole tourism update. Plan tour routes between hotels and landmarks, build everything from boutique guest houses to luxury resorts, and turn your town into an actual travel destination. The game was received with a 97% positive on Steam across nearly 4,000 reviews. One caveat though, some players report performance issues at larger city sizes, so keep an eye on that. If you've ever wanted a city builder that feels like a hobby rather than a job, this is it.
Welcome home, Mayor. We can't wait to see the world you'll build.
Mina The Hollower. Released on May 29, 2026, it sold for $20. It has an 86% very positive review, with 7,009 reviews. The game is Steam Deck verified.
Mina the Hollower is a gothic horror action adventure inspired by Game Boy Color classics. You play as Mina, a genius mouse inventor and hollower, stranded on a cursed island after her ship is attacked, tasked with uncovering why her spark generators have gone dark. Think top-down Zelda meets Castlevania with a Victorian horror skin. Mina fights with a whip, unlocks additional weapons with unique movesets, collects trinkets for permanent upgrades, and uses her signature hollowing ability to burrow underground for traversal, combat, and puzzle solving. The stakes for Yacht Club were real. Studio head Sean Velasco described it as a make-or-break release for the company. They delivered. It sold 300,000 copies in 3 days, hit 500,000 total, and received universal acclaim, with 98% of critics recommending it on OpenCritic. One reviewer put it plainly, close to perfect, and likely to go down as one of the greatest indie games of all time. All of that for $20. It's the best value on this entire list.
Road to Empress II. Released on June 9, 2026, it sold for $15. It has an 81% very positive review, with 7,685 reviews. The game is Steam Deck playable.
A Netflix-quality Chinese historical drama where you are the Empress. Road to Empress 2 is a live-action FMV game shot entirely on elaborately constructed palace sets with 4K cinematic lighting, featuring silk brocade, golden hairpins, soul-stirring traditional music, and acclaimed actors delivering genuinely charged performances. This time you're not fighting to enter the palace. You're already at the top, reviewing political memorials, issuing imperial edicts, managing court factions, and directly shaping an empire's future through every decision you make. The scale is staggering. Around 1,000 minutes of newly filmed content, that's over 16 hours of live action footage with branching consequences that cascade across relationships, alliances, and multiple story paths. One user review captures it perfectly. There's a sequence midway where you face 7 challenges in a row, and your earlier choices across multiple chapters determine whether you pass or fail, genuinely feeling like you're outsmarting a system. Critics, however, note the governance minigames are shallow, and those hoping for true multi-ending freedom may come away slightly disappointed. This is closer to interactive cinema than deep RPG. But if you want something genuinely unlike anything else releasing this year, this is it.
Then I'll follow. The only choice my heart desires.
Kebab Chefs, Restaurant Simulator. Released on June 11, 2026, it sold for $18. It has a rating of 81% very positive reviews. It has 7,871 reviews. The game is Steam Deck playable.
Overcooked meets restaurant empire building, but make it Turkish. Kebab Chefs is a co-op cooking and restaurant management game for up to 4 players. You design your own restaurant, cook from a wide variety of recipes spanning multiple world cuisines, serve customers, and build your way to becoming the biggest kebab restaurant in town. What makes it more than just a cooking game is that you customize your restaurant's atmosphere with decorative wallpapers, kitchen furniture, and tables. Plus, design your own signboard to attract customers and unlock additional income streams with placeable stations. It's part restaurant sim, part interior design sandbox. After a hard day at the grill, you can even head to the pub with friends, listen to music, and play minigames. That's a detail most games wouldn't bother with. Now the honest caveat, some players returning for 1.0 have noted lingering multiplayer sync issues and bugs that carry over from early access. So it's not a flawless launch. The developers are patching actively though at just $18 and currently 40% off with an 80% positive Steam rating. It's a low-risk, high-chaos good time with friends, especially relevant if you're a fan of the cuisine itself.
Lego Batman, Legacy of the Dark Knight. Released on May 22, 2026, it sold for $70. It has a 93% very positive review, with 11,851 reviews. The game is Steam Deck verified.
Lego finally made a Batman game that takes Batman seriously. Well, kind of. This is a narrative-led action-adventure, where you follow Bruce Wayne's journey from training with the League of Shadows all the way to forging a family of allies with Gordon, Catwoman, Robin, Nightwing, and Batgirl, all while facing the Joker, Penguin, Bane, and the full Rogues gallery. The big leap, TT Games ditched their old engine for Unreal Engine 5 and took heavy inspiration from the Batman Arkham combat system. This means this isn't the button mash Lego of old. It's fluid, gadget-driven combat with real weight, just adapted to be more approachable. You grapple, glide, and drive through a fully open-world Gotham, discovering crimes, challenges, secrets, and landmarks like Arkham Asylum, Ace Chemicals, and Wayne Tower, and every playable character like Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, Catwoman has their own unique abilities, progression trees, combos, and gadgets. The reception? 97% of critics recommended it on OpenCritic. That's not a number you ignore. It's got couch co-op, Dark Knight difficulty mode for the brave, and 86 years of Batman history crammed into one game with Lego humor holding it all together. Easy must play.
Paralives. Released on May 25, 2026, it sold for $40. It has an 88% very positive review, with 17,990 reviews. It is in early access, and it's currently unsupported on the Steam Deck.
Paralives is a life simulation game about building homes, lives, and bonds through both hardship and success in an open world with no loading screens between lots. What makes it genuinely different from The Sims is its complete freedom. The Paramaker lets you customize physique, height, hair root and shade, clothing, and accessories via color wheels and texture selection. And the same granular system applies to furniture, walls, floors, windows, and doors, letting you adjust size, placement, color, and texture of everything. No predetermined swatches, no paying $40 for a stuff pack. And here's the kicker. They have pledged to never release paid DLC. There will only ever be free updates. In the life sim genre, that's practically revolutionary. It's already been praised for architectural creative freedom. That hasn't been felt in a life sim since The Sims 2. It's early access, so it's not complete. Pets, seasons, and story progression are still coming. But at $40 with a 91% positive Steam rating and a developer that's been community funded and community driven since day one. This is exactly the life sim fans have been begging for.
Meccha Chameleon. Released on June 10, 2026, it's sold for $6. It has an 82% very positive review with 31,210 reviews. The game is Steam Deck playable.
Meccha Chameleon is a hide-and-seek game where you paint your pure white body to blend into the stage. Your hiding spot, your pose, and your artistic skill are all that stand between you and being found. It's not about knowing the map, it's about execution. Two players standing in the exact same spot can have completely different outcomes based on how well they match the stage. Seekers aren't just looking for movement, they're evaluating whether a figure looks like it belongs in the scene. That's a genuinely fresh idea. The numbers are insane for a game built by two people. It sold 10 million copies by June 26th. No marketing, no big publisher, just two Japanese indie developers who made it in 2 months after getting inspired by hide-and-seek mechanics in Fortnite. It peaked at over 340,000 concurrent Steam players, making it the 44th most played game in Steam history. And the best part? It's $5.99. $6 for the most talked about party game of the year. There is no argument against buying this.
007 First Light. Released on May 26, 2026, it is sold for $70. It has a 90% very positive review with 37,819 reviews. The game is Steam Deck playable.
You play as 26-year-old James Bond, a promising but sometimes reckless Royal Navy air crewman recruited into MI6's Elite 00 program, experiencing his origin story for the first time ever in a video game. Developed by the Hitman guys, IO Interactive's Hitman DNA is visible throughout. The game boasts stealth systems with multiple ways to complete objectives, infiltration via disguises, gadgets, and hacking tools, but wrapped in Bond's cinematic blockbuster energy. Think less assassination puzzle, more spy thriller. The game goes further than shooting. The social stealth system lets Bond manipulate conversations and bluff his way into restricted areas without firing a single shot, making every mission feel genuinely dynamic. Critics praised its cinematic storytelling and modern interpretation of Bond, with the atmosphere being one of its biggest strengths, though some noted concerns with linear segments and vehicle sections. IO Interactive definitely put the effort into this one. Lana Del Rey co-wrote the theme song with legendary Bond composer David Arnold, and IO Interactive refused to use generative AI anywhere in its development. This is the Bond game fans have waited over a decade for. Here are some honorable mentions.
There you have it, the top new Steam releases for the month of June 2026. What games have you tried? Did any pique your interest? Let me know in the comment section. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, it really helps me out. Once again, I am Macer, and I will see you again on my next video.